Hello, hello, and welcome back to another VANNtastic live stream. I am super excited to be with you guys. I wanted to talk just a minute about what is your dream? What is it that you're asking for? And I know that sounds so crazy, but we need to ask ourselves that question. What are we asking for? You know what? I am learning that not everybody is asking for anything. Some of you are in robot mode and you're just walking around trying to figure it out, like you're walking in the dark and you're just feeling your way around. Isn't that the way some of you guys feel? Is like you're not making any progress because you're stumbling around in the dark, trying to figure out what exactly is going on in your life. Oh my goodness. Welcome to VANNtastic live stream number, I don't know, 957,000. I feel like I've done a lot of live streams. But sometimes I get these thoughts and I want to share with you because I'm not sure that everybody is taking advantage of what gift you've been given in life and if you're using your gift. So let's talk about that today. Just for a minute, I have another appointment coming up, but I wanted to ask you, what have you asked for? The Bible tells us to ask and it shall be given. Oh my gosh. Hello. We just opened up a huge can of worms there. Because how many of you think that's silly? How many of you guys think, who am I asking? Okay. So when I talk about asking, it shall be given to you, we're talking about asking the creator of the heavens and the earth to listen to what you need, what you want, and you're asking for what you need. So if you are looking to get your finances in order, what are you asking for? When we talk about God, He has surrounded my life with favor. And when I ask for something, I get an answer. It will come because I'm looking for it. I know that I know that I know if I'm asking for something, it's coming because I have faith to believe that what I'm asking for is going to be given. Okay? It's a matter of time. And when you list your wants, you list your needs, list them by number. Okay. So, like number one, um, you know, if you're in a financial craziness right now and you're wanting out, your number one may be, I want to find a $10,000 line of credit, or I want to find a HELOC that I'm looking for. What amount is it that you want? What income is it that you want? What car is it that you want? When you prioritize what you need, what you want on a list that you've written down on paper, that so works with your psyche. I mean, that so helps you to write down the vision of what it is that you want, what you're looking for, what's going to bring the peace that you need in your finances, in your family, in your work. So many of you that are in a job right now that is killing you. So stressful. I've been there, I know. So you guys that are sitting in a stressful situation, find peace with that because the worst thing that you can live in is strife. And that may be in your family. Ask for what you want. For goodness sake, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek. Okay, so seek and you shall find. So if you're seeking, you've asked, and now you're seeking because you know the answer's out there. I know some of you guys are like, this girl's going crazy. What is she talking about? I am trying to share with you exactly what I have been through so that you will know Christy VANN didn't make or do anything. She asked for help with her finances, and Velocity Banking was given to me in wisdom that has changed my life and hopefully is changing yours. This book right here, and I have a printout of it because I need to order some more, and I'm going to order some. That's why I laid this here. But if you have not gotten this book, the Bible is the best book you can read. And I'm talking, if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in Satan, heaven and hell, then I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that are spiritually based, okay? Uh, just just throwing some things out there for you guys that are spiritually based, that you are a believer, just giving you some ideas here of some things that you can look into, that you can start asking for that maybe you weren't even aware you could do. I wasn't aware you could ask and things would start showing up for you. I didn't realize that our giving was absolutely attached to what our income looks like. I had no idea about that. So I wanted to share just a minute with you to get you encouraged. You have a big God, and He gives unmerited favor to you. So if it's unmerited favor, that means you didn't deserve it. It's just because you're His. So for goodness sake, take advantage of that. Do good out there. That's what we're here to do, is to do good. So you have a gift. He's given each and every person on this earth a gift. Are you using that gift to serve other people? Think about these things. Ask yourself these questions. And for goodness gracious, take advantage of what that favor brings to your life. The blessing will cover your whole life, not just your finances. But once you learn that, and let's just go with this here for a second, because a lot of people think that that's arrogant, or that's prideful, that you would ask God for anything, because we deserve nothing. And I will give you a huge amen to that. I deserve nothing, but God loves you. Jesus Christ died for a reason. And that was out of love. And it's like when we have the advantage of having the Godhead that's going to help us in every single thing we do, believe that. Take advantage of that. Enjoy that. And if you are a person that is getting a college degree right now, make sure that your degree is aligning with your dream, and don't just throw your dream away because you feel like, well, I got to get a college degree, everybody else is getting one, I guess I better go get mine. No, don't do that. Think about what it is you've been put down here to do, and it may take you a decade for it to finally come to you. It did me. It seemed like I was looking everywhere but where I needed to be looking, which was on the inside. Everything starts on the inside. That's why it's so important. Just like Earl Nightingale talks about, that we should be sitting down thinking with a piece of paper, maybe a computer. I don't know. I do it with a piece of paper. But just thinking and letting the ideas flow to us day after day. If you take 15 minutes to sit with a piece of paper and write down your thoughts, what is it that you want? What ideas do you have? Even if they're crazy, if they're just absolutely crazy, like mine was, that said, I want to give away at least $5,000 a month in my giving. That was unrealistic to me. That was unrealistic. But it's not now. It's not now. We're well above that. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay? So my daughters have a college degree. I'm not saying anything's wrong with college degrees. I'm saying that if these degrees are not aligning up with what your dream is for your life, then you're going to be kind of miserable because you're not going to be in the purpose that you were meant to be in while you're here. And it's just so important that you don't forget your dream. And are you 50 out there and you're still working the job that, everybody told you you needed to have? Everybody told you, well, you need to go work at Ford, or you need to go work in a manufacturing industry, or you need to, be an accountant, or whatever you chose to do. Are you serving people? Is it fulfilling to you? Is that what you feel like you were put down here on this earth to do? The reason I'm asking you these questions is because I had to ask myself these questions. I had to ask myself, why am I miserable? Why am I sitting here in this job? At one time, I haven't had many jobs that I hated, but at one time I was miserable because I was in a position I wasn't happy in. And I was asking myself this every day, what is it that you're doing? Because life has to be more than getting up every day, getting ready, getting the kids up and ready, taking them to school, going to work, working a full day, going back, pick them up, going home. Let's clean up the house a little bit. Let's make some supper. Let's get everybody ready for bed. And then guess what? We get up and do it again the next day. I always felt like life was more than that. There had to be something bigger out there. And I kept asking for it. Do you ask for it? Do you ask that your every dream be fulfilled? That you have the dream? So, what is your dream? What is it? When I say dream, I'm not talking unrealistic. Oh, I'm going to be the president. I mean, that may be your dream. That never was mine. Never wanted to be in a position to where I was being harassed or I was being looked down upon for every decision that I made. I just don't. I just don't think that people are tapping into what your God-given purpose is on this earth. And I think it's super important that you take some time to think. That's what I was showing you this book. This is a book. You can order it on Amazon. I think it's $4. Very small. I printed out a large version here. But this is, besides the Bible, in my mind, one of the greatest books that was ever printed. Why? And no, I have no affiliation to this, so I'm not going to make a dime if you go buy it. So please don't. But I had this totally given to me when I was 18 years old by a doctor that I worked for. And he said to me one day, do you think that I make the money that I do? And he was very successful. This was in 1989. He said, do you think that I make the money I do because of my college degree? Well, I was thinking, yeah, I do. He said, it has nothing to do with a college degree. He said, it has to do with knowing what you want and asking for it, and then waiting for it to show up, working while you're waiting for it to show up. And he gave me this famous little red book, and that's what it's called. It works. So he gave me this little book, and I went home, 18 years old. I went home, and it tells you what to do. It tells you line by line what to do and why you're doing it. So you would write down your priorities. I'll give you a little brief overview here. You would write down your priorities. What was your wants? What did you need? Actually, at 18 years old, you're probably thinking about, some guy you'd like to date. I'm pretty sure he was on my list. I'm not sure. But the car, the job, the friends, the home eventually. And when you're 18, and especially if you weren't raised with the mindset that you can do anything you'd want to accomplish, you can do it. If you're not raised with that, then you're kind of, you're a small thinker, okay? And if you want to kill a big dream really fast, go tell it to a small thinker or a small-minded person, and they will knock it down so fast you won't even have time to finish the sentence before they've knocked it down that you can do it. But when you go and you start talking to people about something that you would like to do, something that your dream job would be, and they knock it down, then you have to kind of brush that off and realize that, well, they're just not, it's not their dream, it's your dream. It's what you were given to do, not theirs. So you can't be mad at people when they knock down things, whether that be family, whatever, that knocks down what your idea is for your life. Don't be mad at them, but at the same time, don't quit. Don't quit. Because when I had people, I'm going all the way up now to VANNtastic. And I would have people that literally would look at me like, you're just like your father. You're a dreamer. No, I wasn't. It's not unrealistic to want to help people so that the struggle of finances can end. But that was literally what I got was, why would you want to help people with their finances? That doesn't even make any sense. Well, for me, it made sense. And I ended up quitting my job just to do it. That's where that line of credit comes in, people. If you have your lines of credit set up, then you're not worried about work because you know that you can take off for 2 or 3 months and live off of that line until you get either one, your business set up and you're running, or two, you go back to work. I mean, what's the worst case scenario? You go back to work, but at least you tried your dream. At least you tried to do what your purpose was. And if it is your God-given purpose, then it's going to come complete circle. You're going to do well at it. So I'm asking you, what have you asked for? This book that I showed you just a minute ago, it will help you to get everything written down. And you may write down, I want a $5,000 line of credit, by such and such a date. Or you may say, I want a new home in this particular area, and I want it to have this much square feet, and I want it to be brick or siding or whatever. Everybody's dream's different. But write it down. And then if you change your mind and, you read that list of a morning and then of an evening before you go to bed, and your priorities change a little bit because you're like, that's really not what I want. I want this. And so you can mark it out and rewrite it. And you do that day after day after day. But every day that you're going out, you're looking for it. You're looking for those answers. You're looking for what it is that you're waiting on, because it's coming. Okay? And it's going to be in a, people say, well, you don't always want what you ask for once you get it. Well, yeah, duh. The thing is once you decide on what it is you want, and you know that you know that you know this is what I want, and you've asked for it, and you've written it down, you write it down exactly the way you want it. I'm looking because I had my paper here somewhere that I showed you guys the other day where I had written down exactly what I wanted VANNtastic to do. And guess what? We exceeded that by much, much. I know, I want to jump up and run around the room too. But I'm saying, you guys keep sending me emails. You keep in your comments, you're asking me, what is it? What is it that you did differently? What did you do to get where you're at today? I talked to the Lord about it. I wrote it down. I wrote it down in detail what I wanted the business to look like. And then I asked for it. And you know what I did next? I would pull it out and I would read it, and then I would put it back. I even put a little card in my purse, just a little post card thingy. I wrote it on that, folded it up, and put it in my wallet in my purse, and I have never pulled it back out until I realized, oh my gosh, it's happened. It's time to do another one. It's time to set another goal. Okay, so write it down. And you know what? When you pull that back out, and I dated mine, I wish I had it right here. I'm not sure. I think I've put it up, but I'll find that. Go back and watch a video about it because I talk all about the letter. I show the letter that I wrote for VANNtastic before ever hit the YouTube channel. But everything I wanted on that letter that I wrote to myself, it happened. And it can happen for you. I think that that's why I love Alex so much. Alex Albrin, you see me talk about him a lot. I had a conversation with him back when I wrote the letter. I didn't tell him about the letter, of course. That was between me and God. But, you know, Alex is like one of these people that is so excited to watch you grow that he's literally like takes you by the hand and takes off running through the field, and he's jumping up and down and he's like, come on, we're going to do this. And when you have somebody like that running with you in an idea, then wow, I mean, that makes all the difference to have, you know, that force behind you that's kind of pushing you and telling you, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. So I feel like that the same time I wrote the letter, Alex showed up. Then I put him off even for a couple of months. I've told you guys that I wouldn't even pay for his services because I just had no faith in him at the time. My husband actually ended up paying the fee for me to start working with him, is how we even ended up where we are today. But wow, thank you, Lord, that you brought Alex into my life, because he is still by my side. And when I refer you guys out to Alex, it's not because we've been friends for years and he's my buddy. No, I never knew Alex before I started working with him. He has proven to me that he is super excited to help people grow their business. And he has so much insight. He has so much information that I talk to him every day, every single day, about my business and what's going on with my business and what email I need to send out today. And, you know, the upcoming webinar that we have coming up, the 3-day conference webinar that's coming up September the 1st. I know, Labor Day was that perfect timing. I had people say, don't do a 3-day webinar on Labor Day. Nobody will show up. And I'm like, I bet you're wrong, because Labor Day is one day that most of us are off. I won't say most of us, it depends on what line of work you're in. But one day they call Labor Day. Of course, we're going to have a conference on that day, because you're all killing yourselves, working yourself to death, trying to pay your bills, trying to get things under control financially. Why wouldn't we have a 3-day webinar on Labor Day? So it's going to be 3 days, September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We have so many great speakers. I'm so excited about that. That's what I said, guys. When we're talking about what have you asked for, I never dreamed how much VANNtastic would bring when it comes to meeting the people that I've got to meet that are on the same journey that I am, to help people learn, get educated about options that you have with your money that you did not even know was there. I had no idea about anything but going to work every day and putting my money in the bank and paying a bill, thinking that I was paying it off with every payment I made. What a lie from Satan. I did not understand interest. I didn't even know interest was a thing. So when I had a guy, I'll share this with you. He said he had bought a motorcycle and that he had been making payments for 2.5 years on it. And he thought that he had almost paid it off because he wanted to trade. He wanted to trade up for a better bike. And so he said, I've been making payments $250 for 2.5 years. So he said, I added up $250, times 24, 28 months, let's say. And he said, when I saw that, wow, I've almost paid off the bike. And he said, so I went to do the trade and they did all of this stuff, getting the balances for me and everything. And he said, when I saw the balance that was owed on the motorcycle, he said, I was so shocked that very little of my $250 a month had even gone towards applying to this principal amount to pay it down. And he said, I was nowhere near a payoff. So he said, I literally had to back out of the motorcycle deal because I was thinking that it was going to be half at the most of what it was with the actual balance that was still due. And so, see, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that doesn't realize or didn't realize that every single payment you're making is not going to pay down your principal. It's going to pay your interest. We're just not aware. So, you have a gift and you can be using it today. You can be asking for what the things you need to bring that into your life. What do you need to be doing that's going to be helping you move towards your gift, towards that dream of things you want to accomplish, towards that dream job you want, toward whatever it is that is going to be your life purpose. That when you die, you can say, wow, I've done everything I wanted to do on this earth. And you know what? I'll bet it's going to be wrapped around helping people. So think. For goodness sake, think. Think about who you really are and what you really want. Write it down and then ask. Ask. and put a date on whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. Put a date so that you write that down, you write the vision, you date it, and then put the paper away and see what happens. See what happens. Okay? I just want you guys to know that life can be everything that you dreamed it would be if you're staying in line with what your purpose is on this earth. And we all have it. We all have the purpose. I used to ask myself all the time, what is my purpose? What am I here for? And you know, when I found that answer was when I was in the Word and I was asking the Lord what it is. What is my purpose? And you know, you get to reading the gifts in the Bible that He's given you. He says some are preachers and teachers, and some is giving, which I told you guys I love the giving. I don't know if you've registered or entered to win the cruise that we're giving away on June the 1st. If you have not, we're giving away a cruise on June the 1st. So I hope that you will jump in there and enter to win. If you go to the community where I do my posts on the YouTube channel, you'll see the enter to win link there. Okay, so check that out. But I think that if you would search the word a little bit for those gifts, you'll probably find your gift in there. And then you're kind of going to know, okay, well, I need to develop whatever I'm going to do around this gift. That's where the fulfillment comes. Happy birthday, June. Or, I'm sorry, happy birthday, Ken. Your June is your birth month. July is mine. I am a Leo. So, I just wanted to come on a minute and just give you guys some encouragement that your daily walk can be exciting. And I am super, super excited to be able to share the information that I have learned with you. I hope you stay encouraged. I hope that you stay serious about looking for whatever it is that you need to come to you so that you can fulfill your dream to move into that God-given purpose so that you're excited every day when you wake up. And you should be excited. And I have the little red book and it works. I know it works. Nobody can even talk me out of that. Like, you cannot talk me out of Velocity Banking. You cannot talk me out of Infinite Banking. I don't care what kind of naysayer you are. I'm going to put a smile on my face with you because guess what? I know what works. I've done it. I know. I'm super excited about it. I want you all to be super excited. And you know what? Just seek after you've asked and see if it doesn't show up for you. I don't give my email on YouTube. I'm sorry. Oh, the site for the Enter to Win, that was on. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I will pull it up for you and I will put it in the chat. Let's see if I can do this really quickly because I have got to go. I have another appointment just about to start. I don't know if I can do this or not, guys. I'm not really good on these devices. Let me see. Yay! Okay. Wow, I'm getting really good. I did find it. Vacation giveaway. Here we go. So I'm going to put this in the... You're welcome, Angie. I'm going to put this in here. So this is the VANNtastic Cruise giveaway. All right. And here we go. So Oh man, I hope that works. It may not work. Oh no. That's really weird. I think that came up wrong. Let me try again. Sorry about that, Angie. Give me 2 seconds. I can figure this out. I can do anything. I can figure this out. Oh, here it is. I found it. Sorry. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm from the 80s. We didn't have to deal with these computers and all of this. We had it written down on a piece of paper. Okay, so you can go in here to enter to win. I hope you do. I hope you're the winner because I'm excited to give it away. Alex helps me with this stuff too. Alex gets all of this stuff ready for me. When I refer you guys to him, if I ever do, if you've been somebody I referred you to Alex to help you build your own business or to help you develop a dream, it is only because I know that I know that I know who he is. I know how he works, and I know that you're going to be super excited to work with him if you have any questions about your own dream. But you can go to the description below my videos if you're interested in meeting him. But just wanted to throw him out there. I love him so much. He just got married, guys. So if you were looking for your love, I'm sorry. He's gone. He's gone. He's now gone. So sorry. He's a great guy. All right, so I got that in there. I just want you guys to stay encouraged. I am in Tennessee. Yes, you're welcome. Hi, Clara. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I get to read these. Mary, I'm glad you're super excited. I'm super excited too. I'll read a couple of here. I got to go. I've used Velocity Banking to pay down project strips, etc. Me too, me too. We've got Texas in the house. Yay. How do I sign up for the Labor Day webinar? Ah, Monique. Great question. I was just telling you it's coming. I haven't even announced it yet. I know, I'm so full of surprises. I have not announced it yet, but we are having it September the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We've got JJ the CPA coming. Of course, Alex Alberin is going to be there. We have got, who else? Who else? Oh my gosh, Chris Inaugle, you know he's coming. Oh my goodness, he's so awesome. We're going to be talking. My preacher, he comes in and he does a little session with us as well. We're going to have Brent Carlson. He's going to be talking to us. Who else? Who am I forgetting? We're going to have the first lien HELOC lenders coming in to talk to us. Of course, Money Max is coming in to talk to us. Money Max is having a webinar tomorrow night. If you guys want to join us for that, those are always super exciting. So tomorrow night at 7 p.m., you can join us for the Money Max webinar. If you've not heard about that, that is a super awesome way to get your debt under control. Let's see. Sonia says, hey, y'all, I'm late to the live. We are live at 5. I'm just kidding. It is 2:17 p.m. here. Just started Velocity Banking about 6 weeks ago and already seeing progress. Well, I know it. Mary says after 2 months, I've raised my credit score 22 points during doing multiple payments throughout the month. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. That is awesome. Monique, I will be releasing a landing page link for the conference. Alex is wanting to do it, and I have not had time yet. We are going to talk about that next week because I'm planning on that coming out in June. So be looking for the link. I will do some lives and release some videos about the upcoming conference webinar. I call it either because it is totally awesome when we do these and you guys always show up and we have a lot of people that shows up. But you know, in each session that we have, they're so personable. You can ask questions during the chat. They're recorded, so if you miss a session, you can pick it up. It's just so awesome. I am not coming to Utah right now. I may do a summer or a fall trip out that way. I'm not planning on Utah. Texas is going to be my next state when we do an in live conference. So I am super excited. Yes, Big Red, you sure can. Oh my goodness, yes. So again, check this out. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with this book, so don't be saying, oh, she's trying to sell books. I don't even know. Do I know who even wrote this book? Yeah, RHJ, whoever he is. I don't know, but he's super, super smart to write this book. And it's very small. It's just a little red book, just a little. I don't even know. Does it have 25 pages? Maybe, but it's worth your time to get your dreams, your wants, your desires, your life prioritized, and learning how to ask for what you want, and then setting it up in your mind, because oh my gosh, we need to set up, you know, when we have our ideas for the way we would like our life to look, organized and on paper, and then know what we're looking for. Right now, you may be scrambled. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you may be walking around in the dark, filling everything out. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to feel your way in the dark. You can, it's kind of like having faith to watch things unfold is kind of like driving down the road with your headlights on at night, and you know you can only see so many feet in front of you, but as that light is leading you, you can see just far enough to know to keep on moving, right? And so by that light you can go from here to Chicago and in the dark, and the light's just leading you, and you're just trusting that, you know, it's going to show you the next step as it unfolds. And that's kind of the way your dreams do. That's the way your life goes when you have the goal in mind where you want to go, right? We have the goal. We just have to keep moving that way and just know that it's going to light up. It's going to show us. It's going to unfold for us as we're moving. But you're moving. You're moving. You're not sitting still. You're not laying down on the couch watching TV. You're out looking and working. You have to have a good work ethic for these things to unfold. But you want to. You want to be that person that wants to do better, that wants to be on the increase. Okay? Yes, that book is on eBay for sale. Yes, it is. I'm so glad some of you guys have the book. I love it. I love it. I love it. I want you all, yes, it is our birthright. Abundance is our birthright. Oh my goodness, if I could just get that into people's heads that it is okay to want things, but you have to ask. Ask, and it shall be given. And he says, oh, why do you quarrel with each other? Well, it's because you want, but you don't have. Well, why don't you have? Because you haven't asked. And if you did ask, you asked with wrong motives. When I ask for things, I know that I'm going to be able to do better. I'm going to be able to give more. If I ask for more, if I ask for an increase, whether it be in income or revenue or whatever, then the increase is so that I can give out more, I can do more, I can be more. So if you're asking in wrong motives, that meaning that one, you're asking for something that may be harmful to somebody else. We wouldn't want to do that for sure. Two, I don't know. Maybe you're just you're wanting that new car because you're wanting to show everybody how good you are and how much better you are than people. We don't need to have those attitudes. We need to be motivated to help people. And anytime you're helping people, you're helping yourself. Was it Zig Ziglar who said, help enough people get what they want, and you're going to get what you want? See, the idea is to help. The idea is to do your life's purpose. That's what's exciting. I hope you guys will get into digging into what your life purpose is, and how to get that and not wait. No, you should be growing every day, and I hope you are. I hope that you get excited about your life, about what life has to offer you. I think that we make it too mundane. I think that we don't think that we deserve anything better. And like I said, it's the unmerited favor of God that brings you to a real place after you've asked. Okay? He wants you to do better. He wants you to be more. And he is excited to see his children grow. So don't think that, I'm so unworthy. Well, if you're unworthy, clean up your act and, uh, stop living like the devil or whatever you feel like makes you unworthy, because you're not. And I'm excited to share what the Lord has done for me, and I hope that you'll dig into that. And like I said, if you don't believe in God, you don't believe in that stuff, you don't have to. But I know that it is a beautiful answer for people who really want to see great things unfold. And I'm talking to spiritual based people here. And if you're on here and you know what I'm talking about, then you know, right? It's just exciting. It's an exciting life to live. Let's see here. If I'm going to start tomorrow on once a month payday, do I pay my income into my card even if my bills are due in the next 2 weeks? Okay, you need to go watch videos, because I can tell by the way you asked that you haven't watched enough videos. So go to the playlist on the YouTube channel and look under credit card debt strategies, and that will show you what to do with those credit cards. And you can only put the credit cards into you can only put the income into the credit cards that you're actually going to be able to charge back off. Okay. So make sure that you're not just throwing income into a credit card, because we can't pull cash necessarily back off of the credit card unless it is through your bank where you have your checking account. That may be a whole different story. That's why I have all of these videos up, guys, so you can see which one is your scenario. Like I said, go to the playlist and see if there's not a playlist just for the questions that you're asking. I don't have all of the videos in the playlist, but I have enough to get you started. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump off of here as I have another appointment starting, and I'm just super excited that you joined me today. I am so thankful that you're learning, that you're excited to learn. And I look forward to hearing about your results, your testimonies, and I hope you can join us for maybe the Money Mex webinar tomorrow night at 2 p.m. Thank you, Martha. Thank you. Thank you, Monique. And did I say 2 p.m.? It's at 7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. That's the Money Mex webinar. If you haven't heard about that, join us there. Be looking forward to the September the 1st 3-day conference that is going to be virtual. It's virtual, so everybody can join. It's going to be recorded, so you can have recorded sessions. I am so excited to be doing that and bringing Chris and Ogle and Alex and JJ and the banks all back together so that we can help answer some questions for you during that 3-day. Okay. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay encouraged, stay excited about life, be looking for the excitement because it's out there. I promise you it's out there. Keep digging. I'm excited for each and every one of you.